I'd like to share a story of a little girl that I met when she was 12 weeks old. I was actually at elementary school picking up my sons, and a mom was standing there with her baby in her arms. And she was explaining how she was scheduled to be fitted for a helmet because one side of her head was flat, and they were going to place her in a helmet that she was going to have to wear 24/7 for 9 months to mold this child's head back into shape. So I explained to this mom that as a chiropractor, we often find that the children develop that flattened skull because they can't turn their head very well when their upper spine, the bones in their upper spine become misaligned through the birth process. And she said, "Oh, funny you should say that. When she was in the hospital last month with pneumonia, the nurses noticed that she couldn't turn her head to the left. So they recommended when I get her home that I hang a mobile on the left side of her crib to encourage her to look that way." So I said to that mother, "I'll be in my office at 3 o'clock. Please bring the girl down." And she was scheduled to be fitted for this helmet 10 days later. I checked the little girl. Also when she came into my office, the mom indicated that the child had been labeled failure to thrive because she was bottle fed and she had poor suckling, and she wasn't eating enough to gain weight normally, and she was going to see another specialist for this failure to thrive. So she had pneumonia, she was being fitted for a helmet, and now I needed to see a specialist because she wasn't gaining weight and developing. I checked little baby Gretchen's neck and found that the top bone on her neck, the atlas, which is most commonly subluxated during birth, was very prominent on the right and didn't move well. With very little force, gave Gretchen a very specific chiropractic adjustment at that level, and she immediately went and turned her head to the one side. So I said to this mom, "I'd like to see this child as much as I can over the next 10 days before you go to have that helmet fit." She said, "Okay." And she had 3 other children. Getting her there was even challenging, but she did bring her back the next day. And when she brought her in the next day, as she came through the door, the baby was screaming, angry, loud cry. And she said, "Oh, she's been like this since I saw you last. She's so hungry, I can't keep the bottles coming fast enough." So she gave her a bottle, settled her right down. I checked her again, adjusted her. I saw her 4 times over that 10-day span. She brought her back to have her fitted for the helmet, and the specialist said, her head's not flat anymore. She doesn't need this helmet. She'd also noticed she'd gained 1.5 pounds since the last time he'd examined her. She was no longer labeled failure to thrive. And to this day, I wonder, now Gretchen's a 5-year-old, vibrant little girl running around, running that household, and I often wonder what other health problems would she have developed had she not had the fortune to meet me at school and get that simple chiropractic adjustment to free up that body's ability to regulate itself. So you never know the impact that something so simple can have on the rest of our life.